All right, everyone. Well, the Oscars are easily the biggest night in Hollywood, and while we do tune in to see who will win, everyone also wants to see those red carpet looks. And joining us to talk about the fashion at the Academy Awards last night are Local 4 style editor John Jordan and the City Life and Style editor and the editor-in-chief at the Michigan Chronicle, AJ Williams. Thank you guys for both being back.
Hey, guys.
You know,
What's up?
What's up, Jason?
you know, okay, so I couldn't wait to hear what John Jordan said. I got a little bit of a sneak peek, and we're going to get to that part in just a second. But did you notice an overall theme last night?
I think that there were a lot of pale shades, pastel on the women. I didn't think there was a lot of adventurous, cutting-edge stuff on men.
Not really, right?
I agree with that. I think it was very stark. Like, either you were doing too much or you were just very classic.
Okay, all right. So, John, what are your top picks?
Oh, okay. So, first up, I don't have an order here. So, do you want to just throw a... There we go, Janelle Monae.
Yeah.
First of all, she just blew the roof off the joint with her opening number. I mean, that was incredible. And when she arrived on the red carpet, she was wearing this sequin gown. This is by Ralph Lauren, believe it or not.
Really? I would never.
But when you look at it, the proportions of that dress are, and it's Swarovski crystal encrusted there, and it's just a very simple silhouette with a hood on top.
Yeah, and then when she turns around, though, that open back was like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super, super cool.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You can't focus.
Can't focus.
And then,
Okay. And then who do we have next? Okay. Rebel Wilson. She looked amazing. I mean, this was sort of a nod to old Hollywood glamour. This dress was by Jason Wu, and it's, you know, just sort of like a light gold. And the way that this was constructed on one shoulder and off the other, that asymmetry is really hard to pull off, which we will talk about on somebody else who didn't pull it off. But that was flawless. It was a flawless interpretation.
Kind of a Rita Hayworth thing that she had going on there. Old Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
all right, AJ, what are your two top picks?
So I love Charlize Theron. Actually, we're starting with Regina King. I thought she was just completely classic. I think, like, with the Oscars, I think you could go very, like what John said, like old school vintage glam. Like all of the extra material is very fitted. I love the color on her. I love the one shoulder. Yes. She was gorgeous. She's pulled the Oscars off to me this is her second year where I think she's like top the best dress list.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Pale, pale pink.
Pale pink. Yeah. Very mute, but very gorgeous.
And she's awesome in Watchmen, the show on HBO. She's great.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at Charlize, because I am a fan of hers. I want to see what you like.
I
her
love
as well.
Charlotte. It's kind of the same thing. It's very classic, very sleek. I'm very into this one shoulder thing this year. And then she's such a natural beauty that I think she always looks best in very like elegant, sleek, not very big, ball gowny, kind of in a contrast to Regina, but very elegant, black, classic, and then, you know, you can't stop paying attention to the drip.
Yeah, the drip is everything.
The drip is everything.
Yeah, it's definitely feminine, but it's almost kind of athletic looking.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
You think so?
Well, I just think she's very, very statuesque. And
She is.
There's not a lot of adornment. It's just a very simple execution.
I agree. So
She
let's
was
go
in
you on that.
She was in a Seth Rogen comedy, Long Shot. Have you seen it? She's great in it. The movie's great.
Is the movie great?
You know
Or
who
Charlize
who
great?
she's my favorite in? I loved her because she's so beautiful. I loved her in Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that transformation.
She's
was
all
impressive.
that.
Yeah.
So AJ, who were your misses, would you say?
So Billie Eilish.
Eilish.
Thank you.
Or Cynthia Erivo's up right now on the
Okay.
screen.
Okay.
Oh, and then there's Billy Porter.
But you liked Cynthia, and I didn't think this was.
You know,
so
I was
great.
on the fence with Cynthia. I didn't
What about
really.
Billy?
So we were talking about asymmetry in every single photo, still photo of her. The bodice
Yeah.
is crooked. So, you know, her bust line is like kind of askew, and that might have looked great on paper. But when you try to move in it,
it's another
I mean, what do you
story.
think?
I would agree. I was on the fence with this one. I like the concept. I like the theory of where she was going. It's kind of very Cinderella-ish, but yeah, no, I wasn't a big fan.
Well, and I want to know if, like, the panniers, that's the poofs on the side of the skirt, if that counts as her guest.
Hello.
You know, it's like, you know,
Hello.
your invitation comes to Cynthia and guest, and
That's her +1.
that's a
Yeah,
lot of,
that's
it's
her
a lot
+1.
of extra.
Yeah. So let's talk about Billy Porter, though.
Well,
I thought he was.
if he's gonna talk about her having a +1, Billy Porter had a +1 too.
Yes.
So here's my thing, and I'm such a Billy Porter fan.
You are looking gorgeous.
I individually liked each piece. The top by itself, I like. The skirt by itself, I like. The shoes that he had, I didn't care for. But together, it's the Oscars. It's just too much to me. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. And I love the pattern. I think it complements his complexion very well. I was not the gold feather thing kept making me think very Troy, like we're about to be on a chariot and like go into war.
And he could, I mean,
Fashion
the
war.
practical side of it, the practical side is that he could repurpose it and be afloat in the upcoming Mardi Gras parade, because that's like soon.
I'm weak right now.
It's not, he was there to interview people.
Yes. You
It's
said
not
that
the
last
Billy
time.
Porter show.
He does
It's
not.
the
You do not
Oscars.
like when he does that.
No.
It's grandstanding.
Tell me he didn't look like a candelabra from a Disney animated movie, like Beauty and the
my.
Beast. Like he was about to break into "Be Our Guest." Be our
Oh, with the
Hilarious.
right? Isn't that what he
I
looks
can
like?
kind of see that a little bit.
So?
I just
Hi.
know.
I
wasn't
just
bad.
bummed in here really quick.
I see. I
Because I have stuff
see.
to say.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey guys.
What do you think?
So I was actually repeating what our viewers said. We asked our viewers what they liked and who they didn't like.
Oh.
And they kind of agree with both of you. Regina King was like the #1 pick.
Okay.
Janelle Monae came in as an honorable mention for second. Billy Porter, people were split on that. They either loved him or they hated him. Worst was Billie Eilish, which I know you were mentioning, AJ.
Yes.
And they also mentioned Kristen Wiig as not a hit either.
I actually
liked it.
Kristen. I did. I did.
Because not every dress is supposed to make you look like a Disney princess. That was art, and it was avant-garde and edgy, and I think she pulled it off.
I do too. I do too.
All right, so
We
we got
agree.
A lot of opinions. They agree. All right, the Oscars rarely get by without someone making a political or social statement of some kind. We had Natalie Portman's gown that made quite the statement, embroidered with the names of female directors who were not recognized this year.
Snubbed.
You know.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt made a comment up there. So we just want to thank you guys so much for being here. This is always fun,
Thank you,
such a
Michelle.
good time.
Thank
you,
you.
Michelle.
Always.
Yes.